In Moscow, guns hire you. So anyways guys, this is my last recording of the day of 5 I've done. All solo. It's been interesting, I have to say. Very different than what I usually do. There's definitely an echo going on here, so you'll definitely hear me okay. So anyways, last game, 206B, Bloodbath, Kavkaz, from what I remember. And it's interesting, this game, I've always wanted to play it. It looks cool. All the promotions I've seen have been interesting. You know, it's a top-down shooter, and it's a lot like True Lies. If you're an old school game, True Lies on the Super Nintendo, it plays exactly like that, different graphics, you know, obviously no Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Arnold, any of those. There's a machine gun. I skipped to the second episode, but there are a few unfortunate things about this game. It plays a lot like Hotline Miami, which I haven't played, but I've seen people play it, so I've got a general idea of what it is. I've also played 12, if 12 is better than 6, I think is the cowboy game we played earlier. I played in Kingston. So I have a general idea. This is very similar. However, the catches I was talking about, the cons, is this game does not feel finished. I had to look it up afterwards. I'm like, is this game done? Because I played through, and I don't think I'll post the original recording. I might redo it at home on my desktop because there was weird issues. I was trying to choose a weapon, an item in the second stage, because I went from the second stage from the first. I'll explain why. And I was having problems getting out of I was going out the window because I wasn't responding. And it doesn't feel finished because things like the animation for kick, it's just like a basic, like, you know, like just, I'm not sure if I can even do it here, but like it's just so fast and so basic that it doesn't feel like, you know, this game has fully been polished yet. It just feels like, you know, I know it's an indie game, but it just feels like, okay, this game needs a little bit more work. It's not like Arm Racing, which I covered today, where you know, there's design issues or anything. This game is pretty solid. I do have to also say the game has like a pastel look to it. Sort of, it's not fully pastel, but it's got its own unique look, and that's what attracted me. And I was reading other reviews of people saying that also attracted them to this game. However, in the second level, I feel like it's not a spoiler. You're right beside a gun that's on the desk or table, and you get that, and then you have to get out of the room, and there's slow-mo. Of course there's slow-mo, because that's you know, a common trait of these type of games, and these are action games. Anyways, so you go around the corner and you're trying, there's like maybe 5 to 8 different guys in the subsequent rooms. Now I'm just trying to take out the guy that's like away from me, and it's really hard even with slow-mo, because your slow-mo only lasts like maybe 5 to 6 seconds, and then you're done and he's firing at you, and like you're dead in like 3 seconds. Like the difficulty is what I'm getting at is very high, and I don't think it's like because I didn't try and use the joystick because I was trying to you know, make sure I had sunlight in time to finish this game, but it just feels like, and also yeah, sorry, it feels like, you know, the difficulty is really high. Like it's a different kind of difficulty being high as aim racing that I covered today, where you could never, feels like you could never catch up to your opponent. This feels like, yeah, you could beat the guy, but you have to like really love challenging games, and it seems kind of unfortunate because that, amongst other things, like clipping issues with walls, like when you look at a game, you can't tell how a game controls, and out of nowhere as well. So the controls are a little bit wonky is what I mean. So out of nowhere there's like lag spikes in this game, and again, I thought it was, you know, I didn't register it completely, but it feels weird. Like, why is there a giant lag spike which throws off you playing? So if I leave the bathroom as I did, and then suddenly there's a giant lag spike, it throws off your game, like your ability to respond, your ability to play the game. And that shouldn't happen, you know. I understand if there's a glitch like that. at the beginning when the game just came out, sure, but I think this game came out 2 years ago, man, like 2 years. You know, that's the sort of stuff like, hello, people won't want to buy your game. As cool as the menus are cool, I mean, that's the thing, like, it's one of those games where the menu's cool, but unfortunately, you know, other things are just dragging the game down, like basic things like collisions. I had to reset the game. Like the fact that you have to reset the game, it makes you wonder, there's an option that lets you reset the game in the actual menu. And I was thinking at first it's because the game's so hard, but no, I think they knew that there were problems with the walls and collisions, because I was in the intro of the game and I had to reset it to get back to the intro. Because I don't think it's a big spoiler to say you're in a car crash and then you have to survive after that. So these are really bad glitches that should not happen. You know, it's not necessarily a design issue, but you should be able to play a game without having like a lag spike that will stop you from, you know, you're being cheated. The game is cheating you when it makes it unfair and makes it hard or almost impossible to play the game. The case in point, going back to aim racing because it's a good one, you can't catch up to the other person. With 8-bit commando, the game crashes in the second level, as I covered earlier. So, I mean, these are the sort of things you can't continue, and you may want to, but you're going to go choose another game or buy another game. You know, if someone gives a bad reputation in games, they won't play your game, essentially. So today is a good example that, you know, you won't actually have people, an audience, playing your game if your games aren't working or broken, or, you know, the basic gameplay is broken. So I really wanted to play this game, and I think I'm going to do the recording at home, but I can generously give it like a 7 out of 10 because the it's very stylish, but the style is interesting, it attracted me, but I don't think it's a really cool style really in the end. I think looking at it, there's better games out there that you can play, like 1206. I think the fact that they chose less colors actually helps us get that game more than this game. I think because this game had all the different colors, it's actually hurt it, because once you're used to the style, you realize like this game's not the prettiest, and then you realize once you see that this game's really hard, you're like, oh, so this, the controls, the lag spikes, all these other things. So I think 7's generous. I think it's more fair. For a $10 game, from what I remember checking, this game shouldn't be buggy. And, you know, it's not worth the $10. I think, you know, maybe $3 or $4. I got it in a bundle, I think, for $3 for like, you know, maybe 3 to 8 games. So I think $10 on its own is a major ripoff because the game's not finished. It's not really fun. Like with the lag spikes, I managed to try and shoot the pistol in the game, and then suddenly there was a lag spike, and then suddenly that guy was dead and I was almost dead too, but I managed to defeat one guy, but there were 7 more guys. So you can't really play a game if it's you know, constant issues affecting your gameplay. I'm trying to see here. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, it's set in Moscow, and it looks like it's mafia based, like there's something to do with the mafia and crime, but I mean, you won't get that far because the controls are unresponsive, it feels like, as well, and also the other issues, you know, with the giant lag spikes. So it's a real shame. I mean, I've been looking for this game. I remember when I saw it, I'm like, wow, this is the game that get of the bundle, right? And until you play a game, you don't know if it plays well as looking interesting. So it's a real shame. I mean, I wanted to choose games that I wanted to play today, and unfortunately, I don't know, out of them all, I think Wonders 2 is the best. So, surprisingly. So anyways, I don't recommend it. I say, you know, walk into this with caution. Hopefully they patch or something, but I don't think they will after, you know, 2 years from release. It's not looking good. You know, try this one, but if not, you know what? 12 is better than 6 or whatever we played before, or 12 is better than 6. I think the Cowboy game is a lot better and it doesn't have any of these problems. So try that, you know, maybe you'll like it a lot more. I know I certainly did, even though the difficulty for that game is really high too. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. Keep on gaming, guys. Have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.